welcome to ZKTeco Afrique de l'Ouest YouTube page. So this section we are going to see about BioTime softwares. So first we can go to zkteco.com to find the software of BioTime. So once you go into zkteco.com, you can go to the softwares, onto the more option you can find Smart Office ZKBio Time. So below you can see the download page, and 8.0.2 version 2 is the latest software version which is released on May month. So this already we have been installed, we have downloaded, and now we are going to install it. So as per your country language you can install it. So right now I'm going to install it on English. To select every agreements, and as per the client requirement you can mention the port which they are going to use. So right here we are going to use only port 80, and if you want to make the firewall exception you can enable it or disable it as per your needs. So here there are two things: PostgreSQL database, which is a default database for BioTime, and there is another option, other databases. So if the client has separate database, they can mention their server name, user ID, password over here, and they can give the test connection. So once it get connected, we can use the client database if they have the own separate database. So right now we don't have the separate database, we need to use only the PostgreSQL default database. So default database will have its own default user ID and password, which you don't want to change it. So once you did, you can post. Can you give next? So backups will be stored on C BioTime files backup directory, which will be created after the installation. So now we can install it. So it takes at least 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes to install it. So you can see here they can make flexible time schedules, multi-level approvals, and even also we can make email alerts, and we can use devices access control options. So once it has been installed successfully, we need to restart the system once. Okay, now it has been installed. Now we can restart the PC. So now after the restart, the software has been installed, and this is the BioTime icon. So once you open it, asks to create username and password. So you can create a username. Even you can give any mail ID, so you can use it when if you forgot the password, you can get the recovery password through this email. So even you can create password protect questions, you can give any questions and you can answer, so it will be helpful to protect the password. And this is the BioTime dashboard. Here you can see they have differentiated the absence, late, early and late leaves, and here they have differentiated whether the device is kept online or not, authorized or offline. And in the real-time monitor, if there is any transaction happening in the device on a real time, the real-time events will be get displayed over here, over this dashboard. If you enable this view leave, the person who are in the leave today, it will be visible over the real-time monitor dashboard. So now we can go to the personal module. So first, in the personal module we have organization. So in this organization we need to create department position area. So first we can create department. So department is a default one which we can't delete it. It's a default one, so you need to create a separate department. So I will create any two departments. Like first I will create BMS. If there is any superior for the BMS, we can create it and we can select it over here. Right now we can create BMS, and one first department is created. Second, now we can go for create a second department. I will create IT team. So now we can create superior for BMS department. So just give edit for the BMS department and you can select the superior as IT team. So BMS team will be reporting to the IT team because superior is IT team. So now we have created a department, and now we can go for position and we can create any two positions. First I will create BMS engineer. Create IT manager. So for the BMS engineer, the superior will be IT manager. So BMS engineer will be reporting to IT manager. So once you create a position, we can create areas. So areas, it denotes the device area where it has been installed. So we can create any device name, area name. So I will create server room. So if there is superior, you can give same as department position. You can enable superior here too. So I created only one area right now. So once you created this organization, you can create employees. So now we can create one employee. So I can create, give department as BMS and position as BMS engineer for this user, and the area to access server room. Employee type official. So I will create another user. So I will create him as a department, IT department, and I will give his position as IT manager, and area same server room, official employee. So for first user, we can give superior. So the user ID 1 will be reporting to the user ID 2. That's how I created right now. So in other option, you can see private information. We can provide private information of the employee, address, mobile number, birthday, whatever details if you want to fill it, you can fill it. So next, device settings option. So whether he need to access through fingerprint, user ID, password, verification can be done through this. What have you selected, it can be done through that verification. So device privilege, you can give employee. So just a system administrator, user defined. So if we select super admin, he can access the device. So if he has employee, he will be accessing only, he can do only the punch, check in and check out through the device. He can't be able to access the device options. So if we are providing card ID, we can provide card number, PIN, password. If you want to enroll, fingerprint, palm print, face, everything you can enroll over here. So before enrolling, we need to install the driver. So if you click on enroll, it will ask if the driver is not installed, it will ask you to download the drives. So you can download the drives directly. So once you download the drives, you can register the users, fingerprints, face quantity, palm quantity over here. So attendance settings. So there is a default password 12345. So if you want to delete it and you want to provide a separate password, so I will give as 1234. So this is my password for user ID 1. So 1234. So they can log in the self-service through user ID as 1 and password as 1234, whatever the password you have provided over here. So this user ID and password will be used for both self-service and applications using BioTime application also. So next, documents. If we are having any documents, we can upload over here. App settings. So if you want to use the mobile app, we need to enable this app settings. So app role, employee or etc. So we can use as our employee. Payroll settings. If you're going to use the payroll module, so we need to give bank details, agent ID, bank accounts, everything over here to provide the salary, monthly salaries. And leave. If you provide any leaves, public or private holidays, we can create to our attendance module, and once it is created over there, it will be visible over here. So now we can give confirm. So for other user, we can delete the default password and we can provide 1234 as password, and we can enable the mobile application. So once mobile app is enabled, we can use the mobile application in the mobile. Otherwise, if it is disabled, we can't use it. So now 2 users has been created. So employee has been done. So resign employee, if the people are resigned, we can we can move the people who are resigned to this resigned modules. So if the people are resigned, we can move it directly over for the resigned templates. So next is workflow. So workflow settings, we can see it as lost. After creation of timetable shifts, we can go for the workflow options. So configuration, it has documents, custom attributes, configurations. So first we can go to the document. So here you can see that we need to create a document. So this document is used for visitor modules mostly. So if you go to the visitor module, you can see entry registration. Here you can see certification type, certification number. So right now there is no certification and certification number. So for creating this, we need to create first documents over here. So right now I will create one document like certification code 1, and I can create passport. So I will give confirm. So I have created certification name over here. So once it's created, we can go to the visitor module and check whether it has been displaying it or not. So here now in the certification type, we can see passport. So once created over person module, it will be visible over here. So next is custom attribute. So custom attribute is to create. So if there is in the employees, if there is some fields which are not there and we need to include it, so we can create a custom attributes over here and we can include that. So you can see that. So just click on add. We can give custom attribute name. So I will create country, and you need to give enable. confirm. So one has been created. So this custom attributes now is should visible in the employees list. So after creating custom attributes in the configuration, we can see custom attribute here. So country, which country we can enter which country over here. So next is configuration. If just in it, if you want to make employee ID visible, we need to enable it. If you want to make the employees to be in order, like from employees list to be ordered with the IDs format, it can be enabled. So basic things over here over for personal module. Next we can move to the device modules. So now we are going to see the device module. So in the device module, first we need to add the device. So whenever if you are adding the device must be added automatically. You should not never add it manually. So mostly ZKTeco devices must get added automatically once the cloud server address has been set on the device. So to find out the cloud server of this server, you just need to find by command. So we give IP config. So now the device is connected through the Ethernet. So Ethernet IP address is 192.168.150. So you should never use Wi-Fi. So if you are using Wi-Fi network, you can give the Wi-Fi address. So right now the device is connected through the Ethernet. So we need to use this cloud address 192.168.150 and the port. So port, to find the port, when we installed the BioTime software, we gave the port number as 80. So if you can't remember it, you just go to the server console. So in the service console, you can see the port HTTP 80. It has been given. So you can use this port in the cloud server address. So once you provide this both cloud server and port number in the device cloud server address settings, the device will get automatically added. So now the state is shown as not registered. To make it online, you need to click on this auto add. So if you want to provide any name, you can provide the name of the device. So right now I'm using UFace device. So serial number will be shown automatically and the device IP has been shown automatically. So area, you need to provide server room. So whatever the area mentioned in the personal module, you can select as per the area name mentioned in the personal module. So time zone, we can use your country's own country time zone. So right now the country time zone is GMT 0. So whether it is autonomous device or not, so is autonomous device, so we need to enable yes. So heartbeat, it should be 10 seconds. Transfer mode, we can make it as real time. So if we provide timing, we need it, the transfer mode will happen the timing what we have provided. So we can keep it as real time, so it is good. So once confirmed, the state will be changed to online. So in the dashboard, you can see. So if we refresh the dashboard, it should change into online. So now the state has been changed to online. From unauthorized, it is changed to online. So whether the device is deactivated, whether the device is disconnected, it will show offline. So once the device is added, the user quantity from the software, it will be moved directly to the devices automatically. So if it is not happening, we can do the data transfer, sync data to device. Just selecting the device, we can give upload user data. So if there is user data, we can upload and upload transaction. If transactions, we can upload directly to the device, sync data to the device. So employee ID fingerprint, we can just enable it and we can do that sync from software to device. So here you can read the information of the device. Enroll remote, we can do enrollment remotely, and we can reboot directly from the software. So once it was done reboot, the device will get reboot. So you can see once the reboot done in the device commands, the reboot has been done, at what time, everything will be mentioned on the device command. Whatever the actions made on the software to the device, it will be reflected in the device commands. So next, message. So in the message there is two types, public and private. So if you want to make a message, send a message publicly to all employees, so when the employees comes near to the device, it will be displayed the public message to every employees. So if you want to do that, just give add, and which devices you need to give the public message, you can select the device. So device will be shown as serial number. You just click on serial number on start time to provide the message. So we can give the start time. So time is 16:57. So from now, and we can keep the duration like 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes the message will be displayed. So this message will be displayed in the device. So same private message, if private message will for public and private, public message will be shown to every users, and private message when a users punch on the device, after the punch made, the private message will be visible for him alone. So if you want to do the private message, you need to select the user, particular user, and you need to give same timings. I can give the how many minutes it can be visible. So we can send him any message, meeting at . So when the user comes and do the punches in the device, he will have the private message notes displayed on the device. So just you can send message, just click on and send message. So next is data. So data, it has employee work code, bio templates, bio photo, transaction. So employees, it shows what are the employees and what are the fingerprint, face quantity, what are the quantity it has. It will be visible on the employees template. So work code, if we want to add work code, we can create over here. You can create any work code. So if we create a work code, it will be directly moved. So by selecting the work code, you can send to the device. So which device you want to send the work code, you can click on this and you can send it directly to the device. So work code option I have explained in the first video training module, the YouTube page. You can in the device modules, device connections and options. So you can refer the work code working condition in the first video which we have uploaded already in the YouTube page. So work code, if the user want to access, once he did the punch, it will ask what work code he can be selected in the device. So we can create the work code directly in the device, as well as if you can't go to the device area and you want to do it remotely from the software end, we can even create the work code in the software and we can send to the devices directly from the software end. bio template. Its bio template it shows the visible lights which has been like face quantity, whatever things in the device, it will be shown in the bio template. Bio photo, if you want to import bio photos from software to device, we can just upload it directly from here and we can move it to the device. Transaction, same thing, upload transaction, you just upload, choose file, or add the, by connecting the USB disk we can upload the transactions from software to the device, and also we can download the autonomous data from software. Logs, it has some logs like operation error logs, operation log. So whatever the actions happened in the software to device, it will be shown in the operation log. Error logs, mostly it will show any errors on the visible lights devices. So visible light device errors will be shown on the error logs. Upload log, whatever the actions uploaded to the device, it will be shown in this upload log at what timing it has been uploaded from software to device. So you can see some operation loss has been happened by this time, it has been shown in this upload log. And command log, same thing, that if the transfer time, it will show transfer time, return time, whether the transfer has been done successfully or not. So it shows successful. So if it is showing successful, the communication between the software and device is good. Even we can delete this, we can delete by doing the bulk delete, or even selecting this delete to delete everything. So now we can move to the mobile app. So mobile app, first we need to add the mobile application. So to enable, first to add the mobile application, we need to enable the mobile app in the for the employees. So in the app settings you need to enable it. If it is disabled, we can't do the login in the mobile application. So first we need to enable. So I already enabled over here, and here we gave the self password as 1234. So this is the password we are going to use for the login through the mobile, and the user ID will be 1. So right now I connected my mobile with the desktop, so you can see. So we can check the download the mobile application from the Play Store. So if you are iOS, if you are using the iPhone, you can check in your Apple Store. So the application name is ZKBio Time. So now we are going to see about mobile application. So first we need to add the mobile app. So to add the mobile app, first you need to go to the personal, and in the employees you need to enable the app settings. So as I told already, so go to the app settings and you need to enable it. So I already did the enable. So if it is mentioned as disabled, you can't use the app settings mobile app. So you need to enable it first. So next, in the autonomous settings, I already gave the password as 1234. So we can give the password as 1234, and user ID, employee ID is the user ID for the mobile user, and self password will be 1234, just what I created now. So okay, now it has been created. So we can go to the device. Now we can connect the mobile application. So here I connected my mobile directly in the desktop. So now, so for the Android, it is ZKBio Time, so which I have already installed from the Play Store. ZKBio Time. So for the iPhone users, we can download it from Apple stores. So here first we need to do the server configuration as same as what we had done for the device. So first server configuration we can do it. So here we need to provide the Wi-Fi address. So my desktop and mobile application has been connected through the Wi-Fi. So we need to find the Wi-Fi address. So my Wi-Fi address is 192.1.8. So same thing we can provide here, 1.8, and the port is same, the server port is 80, and we can just save it. So it must be successful. So once it is shown success, we can log in. So employee ID is 1 and password is 1234. Can log in it. So it has been logged in and it shows the current location where I have been right now. It shows the current location also, and if you go to the menus, you can see there is some options like we can provide request, we can schedule my status, announcement, notification, contact list, attendance, profiles, everything we can check, and even we can do the manual punch. So if I do check-in here, so here you can see check-in, check-out, breakout, whatever things available we can provide here. So right now I am doing sample check-in. So even you can take a photo while doing a check-in. So if there is a workcode, we can provide the workcode too. So you can give the check-in right now, and the workcode which I created in this device modules. So the workcode I actually created in the data. So that workcode, it has been synced directly to the app settings also. So the BMS team which I have created, it has been shown. So we can give us BMS team, and if I give OK, the check-in has been done. So it shows the current location of the check-in which I have it done. So we can go to the personal module in the ZKTeco dashboard, and you can see in the real-time monitor we can see the location which has been done the manual punch through the mobile application. So you can see the device has been added, the client ID of my device, Android phone, everything has been shown here. So next is announcement. So if same thing what we have done through the message, public and private message, we can do the announcement over mobile app announcement too. So just I will show push public message as first. So this is a public message, everyone can see this message. So subject I will provide content hello. So it will be moved to everyone. So that's why it's shown all employee ID. So once it's done, we can go to the mobile. We can check. Once the announcement is provided, we can go to this announcement settings, and you can see private and public. So we got a public message, so we can select public. So once you select public, it will show the subject hi and the content hello. is visible right now. So same thing, if you push private notice, we can select only the particular employee and we can provide the message to them. So subject, same thing, hi. So you can see the employee ID 1 and we gave fellow. So if you go to the announcement, it will be in the private message. The private notice will be in the private messages. Okay. So notice shows what are the notice content which has been moved from software to mobile app. And operation log, what are the operation log happened in the mobile application, we can list it out here. It will list out here and we can check it. Now we are going to see attendance module. So first, in attendance module there is some setting guide. So they have mentioned workbench. So 8.0 is a new software version. So in 8.0.8 we can find a quick setup, how to create break time, timetable, shift, schedule and calculation. So they gave a quick setup. They updated this version of the BioTime, so it is easy for the users to do the quick setup. So first we need to create break time, and we need to set break time in the timetable. And after creating timetable, we need to assign a shift with the timetable. And after the shift has been done, we need to schedule employees to the shift. So once the attendance timetable shift has been done, we need to do the calculation. So once the calculation done, we can get the attendance reports. So first we can check about, first we can see about setups, rules, and we can create shift one by one. So first setup. So in the setup we have pay code, fish code. So pay code, we can add some pay codes if you want as per client needs. So it has regular, late in, early out absence, OT, overtimes, sick leaves. So every pay codes will be there. So if a client's required some pay codes to be added as per the client requirement, we can add it manually. And fixed course is, we can't add any fixed course. It has its own fixed course. If you want, we can just edit and modify it, but we can't add or delete any fixed course. So group, if you created pay code or fixed code, we can assign some people for this group and we can transfer to this particular course. So next is rule. So there is global department group rule. So first we can see about the global rules. So most of the rules are same. So global rule, if you do the global rule, it will be assigned to every users in the module. So department rule, we can assign only the particular person in the departments, and we can assign particular rules for the department. So particular department. So it will be, department rule will be getting differ from global rule. So global rule it will be assigned to every users, and department rule will be assigned only for the particular user. Same for the group rule. So group rule is like we can assign multiple persons from several departments. We can take for example, we can pick some managers from the particular departments. So if we have 5 departments, so from the 5 departments we can pick managers, only the managers, and the manager will have a different rule, for example. So I will tell about the global rule. So most of the rules we can create, what we have created, it works for the employees assigned to the global rule. So first basic settings, it has weekend too. So weekend starts from Saturday and ends from Sunday, and start of the week is Monday. So rule for non-scheduled days is maximum work hours. So maximum work hours, I can mention what you ask per your needs. So I will mention 24 hours. and days change time after 00 as 23 midnight it gets changed. So pairing rule, first and last, odd, even, punch state based. So I can create as first and last, so it takes first in and last out of the employees. So if you want to enable overtime, we can activate the overtime here, and overtime rules you can give approval OT priority, approval OT priority, approval overtime, disable overtime. So I can keep approval calculation overtime. If you keep approval overtime, once after the approvals, it will be report will be generated. Every overtime will be done after the approval if you keep approval overtime. So here I will keep only calculation overtime, so it will calculate automatically the reports. So calculation settings, so it has when late assist, when early assist, so it will calculate the minutes what we have mentioned. So if the user counts after 100 minutes, it counts as absent. When the user leaves before 100 minutes, it counts as absent. So I will keep here 10 minutes, and missing check in as late, absent, incomplete. So if they miss to punch in, I can keep as absent. If you mention late, you need to mention the timing period. So here I can make it as absent. So missing check out as, I can keep it as incomplete. So app settings, so this for application, mobile application. If you want to enable the punch state, capture, work code, you can enable it. So what are the work codes, punch state has been assigned here, it will be moved to the mobile app automatically if you enable it. So attendance alert settings, so here we can see when late assist, when early leave assist. So here if you provide the timings like 2, 3, something like 4 for example. So when the late exit, if employees comes left more than 2 times, then if he comes the 3rd time late, so the mail will be sent to the corresponding person. So that's the use of this attendance alert setting. So when the employees comes more than 2 times late, so here we mentioned 2 times. If the employee comes more than 2 times late, comes as late, then you will get alert settings, alert emails from the BioTime. Same thing for yearly leave. When the employees leave more than three times yearly, without when he do the punch earlier, he will get the attendance alert settings, attendance alerts mail from the BioTime. Same for the absence. If the employee is absent for more than 4 days, you will get attendance alert mails from the BioTime. So here you can give send frequency, daily, weekly, monthly. So if you keep daily, it will be sending the daily report. So if you keeping monthly, we need to choose the day and timings, we need to set it. Same for the monthly. So we can keep here daily. So we can save it. So same for the department rule. For department rule, we need to assign the department. So we have the departments. So if we click on the any department, so we can set the rules, and this rule will work based for the department. Same for the group. So if we have created some groups, we can assign this rules to the group. So it works only for this rule will work only for the group what we have assigned. So now we can create shift. So first we will create break time. So break. So we'll keep 12 to 1, 60 minutes. So here calculation settings, if punch time is required, you need to activate the punch state based in the device as well. So you need to set the punch state based here as well. Next timetable, first we can create a normal timetable. Here we can keep check-in as 9, check out as 6, and check-in start by 8, check out n by 7, and check-in n by 10, and check out n by 7. So if you want to create a cross shift, we can create like cross shift based for the people who is coming at evening and goes by morning. So the people who works as a night shift employees, we can create a cross day. So we need to create the particular timing. So if, for example, if the person comes by evening 6 and he goes by morning 4 a.m. so this is the cross day. So we need to mention one cross day. So this user will come to office by evening 6, and he will be working as a night shift employee, and he will be going out as 4 a.m. for next day. So all cross days settings based on the check-in. So it will take only the check-in as a report and first check-in as a report. So this is what we are going to use for the cross day shifts. So now I will be using the normal shift. So 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So next we need to assign the break time what we have created. On unscheduled time settings, if you want to enable this, we can enable it. So early in, late out. So work hours assigned to regular. So we are creating regular timetable. So minimum 60 minutes. So here there is 2 overtimes, maximum overtime. We can give the minutes, so it works for 240 minutes. We can even extend the minutes. Here normal overtime there will be like normal OT, weekend OT, holiday OT, and OT1, OT2, OT3. So we can create OT1, OT2, OT3 like 3 OT overtimes for a day. So you can see here we made check-in as 9 and check-out as 6 p.m. and break out for 1 hour. So overtime rules we can keep from 8 to 9. 8 to 9. 9 to 10. So total working hour is 8 hours. So after 8 hours we will have one extended overtime for 1 hour 8 to 9, and after this 1 hour we will create another second overtime for 1 hour for 9 to 10 hours. So 9 to 10 hours, in between there will be 1 hour. So same for overtime 3 1 hours. So once you create overtime, you can move to the rule settings. You need to enable yes for the clock in and clock out. So only then the reports will be generated. So punch state, if you want to enable punch state over here, we need to enable the punch state in the device as well. So we can give confirm. Now timetable has been created. Now we can create shift. So give add. We can give the shift name. Give general shift. So we need to select the timetable what we have created, and we need to assign to the week, so Monday to Friday. So if you want to make it as month, and if you can create cycle, so month will be having, so a month will be having 31 days and also 52 cycles. Sorry, 12 cycles. So month, yeah, year has 12 cycles. A week has 52 weeks for a year and 360 days for 1 year. So you can see month, if we give 52, sorry, 12, it will give 12 months. So here, so now we can create shift now. So just click on add and you can give name of the shift. I will provide as general shift. So here you can see unit, day, week, month. So if you want to create a timetable for a day, we can create. So it's for 1 day. So you can see down the notice has been given. So day is 366 day for a 1 year, and week 52 weeks for 52 week cycles for 1 year, and 12 months for 1 year cycle. So here if you provide day, we can give us total 366 days maximum. So 366 days will be created, and week 52 weeks. So 52 weeks will be created. So for month, 12 months, and for weeks, 52 weeks for a year. So now we can create one cycle for a week. So we need to select this timetable which we have created, and we need to assign to the week. So Monday to Friday. So if we have multiple shifts and multiple shifts has been need to be assigned to the week, we can enable this auto shift, and we can assign additional shifts in the same days. So now we can just give confirm, and right now shift has been created. Okay, shift has been created. Now we can create schedule assignment. So schedule assignment, I will work on employee schedules. So we don't want to go to department. So if you want to separate schedule for a department, we can create a department over here. We can just we need to select the department and we need to schedule over here, and same for the group and even for temporary schedule. So I will create here employee schedule. So employee schedule, you need to add the employees directly to the shift. So here I will add this 2 employees to this particular shift, and start date and end date of the shift, and just confirm. So there is telling invalid hire date for employee. So actually we need to check the hire date of the employees. So hire date is from 12 and the shift starts from first day of the month. So we can change the hire date for both employees. So after changing the hire date, we can go to the schedule sheet assignment, employee schedule, select both employees, assign to the shift, and start date and end date is done. So if you click on the employees, now you can see on the right side it will show how many days the shift will be valid. So once you created a schedule, we can go to the schedule view to check what is the shift for the employee. So if you click on this employee, you can see for the month, weekend as 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is our 9 working day, 10, 11 is a weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Same thing we can view by person as well. So just click on the person, we can view a calendar version. So for June 2023, what is the shift for them? It has been shown here. So right after that we have approvals. So approvals is for when the employee want to do the manual punches or some other things. Manual punches, if they missed out to do the punch, they can apply for the manual punch and they can request for the manager to approve it. So once the manager is approved, it will be reflected on the report. Same for the leave as well. Leave, if you want to take any sick leave, they can have we can request through this things and approved by the, and it will get approved by the managers. So these things are done through the workflow. Now benefit management, you can create any leave and we can assign to employees to that leaves. So the particular employee will be getting leave on these days. Same for the holiday. So if you want to create any leave, so we can assign some employees over here. So now this leave has one employee, so this employee will have this leave. Same for the holiday. So holiday, we need to mention the date over here and we can create it. So now we have created a shift. So after creating shift, we need to do directly calculation to see the reports. So we need to do calculation. Just do manual calculation for this month. So once the calculation done, the report table will get created. So now we can do some punches, manual punches to check the report. So we can do through the device, but right now we can't do it through the device. We need to do for last week punches, so we can do the manual logs. So we need to select any employees, on punch time I can select for Friday, last week Friday 9. Select time, I can give 9:11 because I gave 10 minutes as early late punching. So if it is 9:11, it should be in the report, it should be mentioned as late. So it's a check-in. So if you want to select work code, you can select work code. So now we are done for check-in and we need to do for checkout as well. So same employee, so punch time, checkout, timing, I will give us so because we gave overtime rules for him, so we will keep 23, but actual checkout is 6 p.m. So check-in checkout for particular one guy has been created. So now we can go to the transactions. So the transaction are real-time transactions. We can select the particular employee for the last week. So it has been shown as manual log, work code, and check-in and check-out. So check-in is 9:11 and check-out is 23 hours 11 p.m. So time card report, it shows how many transaction has been done at what timings. So it shows the times, 2 times has been transaction has been done for last week. So last week only 2 transactions has been done. So if the employee does more than 5 or 8 punches, it will tell that it has 8 times punch has been done, and whenever the punch has been done in the device, it will tell the timing also. And first and last, the first and last report shows first punch and recent last punch of the report, not the last out. So first punch of the employee and recent punch will be shown in the first and last. So first in and last out, it will show like first punch and last punch. When employee leaves out of the office, it shows that checkout. So check-in and checkout will be shown on the first and last out, and in first and last report it will show only first and recent last punch in the report. So now we can move to the daily reports. So daily reports, it has total time card report. So in the total time card, you can see in the columns it contains every reports. So overtimes, leave reports, normal OT, leaves, everything will be given in this total time card. If you want to get a separate reports, we don't want to use overtime and total time card, we need a separate reporters. We can download separate reports from this templates. So work hours reports, overtime reports, same thing what we are seeing in the total time card has been shown separately here. Leave reports, late in, early out, we can download from here. So first we can go to total time card and we can check the employee, the manual log what we have created for the employee for last week. Even we can select the date and start date, end date. So for last week we can see week Friday is normal timetable. Check-in and check-out for the timetable is 9 to 6. Duty duration 8 hours. 1 hour is break time. So you can see clock in 9:11. So you can see the checkout, clock out has not been visible, and also the overtime, there is no overtime has been shown in the report. So we have made a mistake. So when creating timetable, so we made overtime rules. We have made 3 overtimes, but the actual checkout end time is 7 p.m. So it won't consider the reports more than after the 7 p.m. So we need to change the timing to get the overtime reports. So we can change this timing. It will be keeping 23:59. Confirm it. So when you modify the timetable again, you need to calculate once to get a perfect report. So I did the calculation. Now we can go to the transaction daily reports, total time card. So you can see now the checkout clock out has been visible right now. So 23 as per the manual punch, we have made 11 p.m. as checkout, so it's visible. And absence for 0.2 as per the rule we have created, absence report. And overtime we have had 3 overtimes report has been reflecting in the period. Okay, so even we can take overtime reports directly from separate table. So we can see overtime reports, absent report. We can select the employee, we can take the absent report, separate reports. Okay. So we can have individual report as well, and if we want every reports in the same report, we can go for the overtime report. So the configuration, we can have calculation and configuration. So in the calculation, we need to do manual calculation once if you have done any modification changes in the rules shift timetables. So we need to do calculation, manual calculation once for every employees. Only then we will get a proper reports in the report templates. And next is configuration. In this configuration, you can see if you want to see the recent employees to be displayed, we need to enable the toggle. And if you want to filter by hire date, we need to enable by the toggle. We need to enable the toggle, only then it will filter by hire date. And auto, for if you want to make a auto calculation, we need to enable this toggle. So once the calculation, whenever we do changes in the rule shift, we need to do manual calculation compulsorily. So auto calculation will happen once you did the manual, one time manual calculation is done. So after the next time the auto calculation will carry out to get a proper reports. So the use of auto calculation is for that. So this is end of attendance module. After the attendance module, we can go directly for the system. So as payroll visitor meeting, we will be doing on next video. So we can go to the system. So for workflow and email alert settings, mail settings, auto reports, we need to first configure the mails parameters. So right now I'm used SMTP Outlook setup. So here in the SMTP, if you are using Gmail emails, we need to provide SMTP of the Gmail. If you are using Outlook, we need to provide SMTP of the Outlook emails. So Outlook, you need to get from the setup Outlook mail. So this is the SMTP of the Outlook and port is 587. Once you just copy and paste it over here, you need to enable the TLRs, and the password, we need to give our mail Outlook mail password, and the Outlook email account, and the password you need to provide the Outlook mail password. So once you're done, you need to enable yes and save it. So once it's saved, we need to test the mail. So from the buyer time, it will send a mail to the Outlook. So it was successful. So we can go to the Outlook. So that we received a mail from the Outlook. So we have received a mail from Outlook at 4:37. So once the email parameter settings has been set, we can come to the reports and we can get the auto export reports as per client requirement. So I will take the total time card report. So click on total time card report. So we need to select the departments to whom we need to get the report, which employees we need to get the reports. Just I click both departments and we need to save this. Now after the name has been visible in the table, we need to save the layout, total time card, and confirm. So once it has been done, we need to check the load layout whether the template has been created. So total time card template what I have created is been visible. So if you open this total time card report, the employees will need to be get visible. So one, it has been done. You can go to the system and here you can see auto export attendance reports. So you can give add. So auto export enable. So what are the templates which we have created, which reports you want to needed, we need to select the report. So I have created a template for total time card. So I have created report type total and template. I have created total time card in the report time card. So I have selected this template, and file format, if you want to give CSV, test, PDF, SL, we need to select these things. So once it has been done, so format setting, date format you can keep it as default. If you want, you can change it. So export time settings, if you want to be timing by interval, you can mention here. So if you mention timing, we need to mention the time over here. So the timing is 11:12, we can mention 11:14. So natural period, day 1, daily. Export path settings, we need to give the email for this. So if you're having FTP server has been given to this BioTime, we can give the FTP server directly and FTP path, so the report will be sent to the FTP server directly. Otherwise, if you want to get through the email, we can get through the email. So right now we are getting through the email. So auto export has been created. So we have logs in the system. So user log will show what are the actions we have made in the software, and system log, it will show whether the action has been success or not. So we need, as per the timing which we have created is 9:14, we need to get the reports. So let's wait and check. So now the process time has been done. So is the template shows report has been sent as 11:14:38 minutes. So if you go to the logs, you can go to the system log. So from the software, it has sent the report. So this is the SL file name, 20233061 is the SL file name. It has been sent to the mail and it was success. So if you go to the mails, we can check. So we can see an auto export report. The report has been provided. Okay, so this is the auto export report which we can through by using the setup. So next we can work on the workflow setups.